Hi people. It's been a while. I didn't intend for it to be such a while, but it's been a week and a half for me. So here I am. What I'm going to try and do this week is just put out a series of just quick, short energy capture videos, because the big stuff I'm working on, which is predominantly around the resurrection of the child, is kind of on the back burner just for a wee while. We're in it, but I don't need to be taking you guys too deep too quick. So what's already come out today actually is a series of small readings. So yeah, my guidance system is making this week much easier for me. So quick messages. What's in the collective at the moment actually is some fairly heavy hitting crisis, some fairly latent, unmet shadow. But the sense I get is there's not going to be this big deep process that we're going to need to go through. We just need to kind of let it be drawn out. It's feeling like that kind of energy. So there's a are we really letting go question in here? Am I really letting go of this, or is there a part of me that's still anchored into the narrative of it, to the I can't of it, to the I'm stuck of it? And in that is the bigger question of how am I receiving this help? How am I receiving the opportunity to heal and to rise? So that's in the emotional. In the physical, what I'm seeing is an awful lot of head stuff going on. TMJ readjustments, temporomandibular joint. Some people, poor buggers, are having both hit at once. I was lucky and it started with my right in June, and then late July, the left readjustment. Headaches, lots of crown and third eye work, and teeth. I've literally had clients cancel because of they're unable to speak because like suddenly they've woken up in so much pain. So yeah, jaw clamping, there's a lot of jaw clamping going on. So yeah, loads of loads of barnet action, turnip action, Swede action. So if it hurts in the head, let it. What I'm noticing today is it's kind of moving down. There's like a realignment that's coming in and down. So this, I'm sensing there's something across here, and I feel a bit like, I don't know, you know when you inhale chili, it's like that little gasp. It's that, the chili in-breath. Okay, so that's what's in the physical. In the mental, well, there's lots of mental. There's loads of mental. And the mental is coming in to, because it's feeling insecure. The mental narrative that's been overused and overworked to create intellectual responses to emotions and feelings and sensory perception is going to be in a kind of long stand down, a long stand down. It's tired, and we have become trained in feeling with our mind and not with our sensory perception. So the mind is tired and it's giving up its tiredness now. So let's do today's message. Like I say, I'm going to keep these short and brief. He's a little mouse. So there's quite a lot of overwhelm in the system. You may have picked up on it. If not within you, then you might have sensed it around you. We're moving into the shadow phase of Mars retro in Aries. So choose your words. If you can, keep stum, send loving thoughts, walk away. If you get triggered, keep stum, send loving thoughts, walk away. If we get triggered, it's within us. So tending to the small things is actually, I'm seeing a lovely kind of scaffold. Look at the number, and number is 40. Kind of creating a new, I want to say scaffold. It's like the container, rather than I think the foundation's been built, but this is looking like a kind of scaffold, and it's bamboo, so it's flexing and it's moving. It's not too rigid, and it's looking like we're kind of bringing more fun in. I'm reading about and speaking to people who are just kind of at that, blow the system. The system's just going to keep unpeeling, unraveling, and I'm going to feel like Bob for a long time. So I'm going to start doing things that I love, and I'm seeing that creep in more and more. And the small things are just like little injections of joy. You know, it's being in the joy without the conditional reflex. The words actually I woke up with this morning, conditional reflex. And the conditional reflex to doing small things is, well, how's that going to put food on the table? Don't be silly. That's a conditional reflex. I haven't got time to make bread. I haven't got time to go for a walk. No, I haven't got time to come shopping and have a glass of wine. We've always got time to go shopping and have a glass of wine, let's face it. But the conditional reflex to joy is that it comes when you've eaten your greens, you know, that thing that I said. There's no conditions, surely, around joy. Joy is joy, you know. I took myself to the lake yesterday, and because I just couldn't stand still. Like I say, I've got so much energy in me that I need to move, but there's nothing to be done just yet. Here's the tension. There's nothing to be done just yet, you know. So yeah, I went to the lake and I took my breakfast with me, and I took my chalks and my sketch pad, and I just let nature guide me, and it was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful time, meaningless, purposeless, but it started to, it's quite a heavy mood that I was in yesterday, but it started to change the mood. So yeah, tend to the small things, find joy in small things, because that's going to get us out of this habit of making everything so important and meaningful and purposeful, because it isn't. You did come here to have fun somewhere. So have fun. Have fun, because sometimes life stings. Okay. And it's stinging some at the moment. It definitely is stinging some at the moment. There's so much shadow being pulled up out of the system, some quite heavy energy in the system. I certainly was in a collective healing this weekend that did not feel good at all. Very heavy, old, just, yeah, old collective rage, latent rage. So when life stings, that's going to throw us into a certain kind of cognitive dissonance, isn't it? Because we can take that personally and make that real and make that important, or make that about the other person, or we can take the lesson and, okay. So one of my waking thoughts was about people who not about people, because it isn't personal. It's about when we cast the past into stone. And when we hear ourselves saying things like, I can't change the past. Look, it happened. I can't change the past. Well, but how are you feeling about that? Can you maybe reframe the way that you're feeling and go back, visit that, drop into that timeline? Because there might be some wisdom that you didn't get at the time. There might be some more learning. And once you get some more learning, then you will just nudge yourself up a vibration and maybe clear some shadow and maybe be able to look back at that with like, wow, how did I never see that? Okay. So when life stings, there's a reframe there. Can you see that as a gift? Because this and that are true. Remember what I keep saying about there are no two opposites that cannot be reconciled. Black and white can be reconciled. Yeah, black and white can be reconciled. Wrong and right can be reconciled. And there's truth in both polarities. There's truth in both polarities. Why? Because there's probably no such thing as right or wrong. It's just the experience. And what was the experience? Well, it felt like shit. Okay. And on the other end of the spectrum, what was the experience? It felt absolutely amazing. Okay. Can you hold both, and can both be true? So we go for this one or the other. But maybe both are true. This and that are true. So notice when you jump down on one side of the fence. Far better to keep sitting on the fence. In fact, build yourself a tree house on the fence and see it all. Go up the fractal and see the whole picture. See the whole picture. And if you find yourself revisiting the past and you move into reframing because you know you're in cognitive dissonance, how can I hold two opposing views? How can I hate and love at the same time? How can I accept and reject at the same time? From your treehouse in dolphin spirit, which is fun. Dolphins, very intelligent, they love fun and they love to play. And this and that are true. So trust in the magic of what comes through. When you go back to observe the same thing from a totally different perspective, can you trust in the magic that can you take the blinkers off enough to trust that something new will be revealed to you? Okay, because depending on where you are in your personal development, you could revisit an event in your life 30 times and get something different. Great example, thank you. The Matrix. Have you ever seen the film The Matrix? I don't know many people that have never seen this film. I must have watched The Matrix. How old is it, 30 years? Well, if I've only watched it once a year, that's at least 30 times, but I know I've watched it more than that. And every time I watch that film, do I go, oh wow, how did I not see that? Well, I didn't see it because I wasn't ready to see it, because that little bit of magic hadn't yet been revealed to me. Okay. Okay. So tend to the small things so that you can keep your center in this crazy tornado of change. It's just change. Oh, but it's shit, I hate it. Yeah, then hate it. But own that you hate it. Don't shame that you hate it. Own it. Yeah, it's shit and I hate it. Smile. That's cool. That's cool. Be without judgment. Sometimes life stings, and that's it. It's not because you're a victim. We're coming out of an epoch of victim consciousness. If something bad happens to you, it's not because life is against you. It's not because life is picking on you. Okay, so it's an opportunity for a change in perception, because this and that are true. If you trust in the magic. What's magic, Chrissy? Magic, they're the bits that you can't understand. They're the bits that the mind comes in to try and figure out and write the equation for, but sometimes we just need to sit in the mystery of it, you know? And it will unveil. It will unveil itself. It will. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. And so with that short and sweetness, my short and sweetnesses, I am going. I will see you soon, and I leave you with my love. Take care. Keep it small, keep it sweet.